In Southeast Texas, right off the coast, we are sometimes subject to hurricanes and high winds.
Oh,
so
yeah.
we have something in our area, where we need to be windstorm compliant. Share a little bit with the consumer what that means in translation to garage doors.
You're watching the Real Estate Podcast with Deb Bly, presented by the Bly team, powered by eXp Realty.
Hi, Deb Bly with the Bly team, and as always, trying to bring to you guys information about things that go on in our city, or in the case of home ownership, things that probably are good for you to know. So again, just sharing information with you, and today I am with Mike Rawls, Overhead Garage Doors, longtime friend. So to give a little bit of Mike's background, Mike, first of all, you have a prior service in the Marines, and you should be super proud of that, and I'm super appreciative of it as well.
Thank you.
How long were you in the Marines?
I did 4 years.
Okay.
I did 4 years, 2 tours overseas.
So Mike does garage doors today, and what do you think the Marines did for you to help you in the business that you do today?
Oh, man, so much. I mean, just the leadership aspects. Marine Corps instills things like, honor, integrity, things like that. And that's kind of how we base everything we do in our business is just, our company motto is built on a foundation of trust, honor, and integrity.
Right.
And so we kind of try to live by that. And a lot of that was instilled through the Marine Corps.
Yeah, I can see that. You also served for a number of years here in League City as a volunteer.
Yeah.
Which League City is entirely 100% volunteer, or at least it was 100% volunteer for many, many years. Now, although we don't have a paid department, we
not
do.
Full-time anyway,
yeah, not full-time paid department, but however, there are shifts. But when you first joined, it was a 100% volunteer department. It's still considered a volunteer department.
Yeah.
How many years were you on the fire department?
Okay. 7 to 8 years with League City.
Yeah.
And then I also was paid firefighter for about 9 years.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, with City of Pearland.
So you went from being a paid firefighter to a volunteer firefighter.
Yeah.
That's an amazing career move.
Well, actually, it was volunteer got me into the paid department. So,
okay. First of all, tell me a little bit, why does somebody volunteer in their spare time to put yourself in those situations as a volunteer firefighter?
So everybody's got different reasons. Some people do it out of a feeling of wanting to serve the community. Some people like me kind of, at the time, having come out of the Marine Corps and things like that, it was just more of a sense of a belonging, obviously wanting to help people, and wanting to serve the community too. But also, I mean, it's pretty cool, right? Like, I mean, you do it, right? Like, so it's pretty fun. If you're thinking about joining, by the way, you should.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%.
League City is an awesome department.
League City is an amazing department, and not to take away when you say volunteer, I know that has a certain connotation that goes with it, like it's anything less than professional.
Absolutely.
Fire houses burn the same way for volunteers as they do for the professionals.
Absolutely.
And as a matter of fact, if you're in League City, you should know and you should be very proud that the League City Fire Department has an ISO rating of 1.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which is like the best that you could get as far as ratings, and this is rated nationally. Mm-hmm. So
I would just say this, as someone who has been a volunteer and a paid firefighter professionally, as some people like to call it. I'm coming from a volunteer background. League City is a professional department.
Oh, absolutely.
It is a very professional volunteer fire department.
Yeah.
And as someone who was a paid firefighter, I can say that with 100% guarantee that is what the citizens of League City are getting. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So tell us, like, you went from the Marines to being a firefighter, and I know you were doing garage doors while you were on the fire department.
Yeah, so
and then you went to be a paid firefighter, and at some point in time, you came back and said, nope, I'm just going to do garage doors full time. So first of all, do you think working in those years in the fire department contributed to where you're at in business today at all?
So just like the Marine Corps, the fire department is is structured. You know, you have a chain of command, and you know, expectations are high, and so yeah, the fire department definitely played a role in that. I would say I got more leadership experience from the fire department than from the Marine Corps, just because I was only in the Marine Corps for 4 years. I was infantry. It was small unit things that we did. So, you know, I didn't really have any business experience per se, right? But through the fire department, you have to learn people management. It's not like the military, right? You in the military, you do what I say when I say it, and like you don't question those things, right?
Right.
In the fire department, you're dealing with people who don't have to necessarily be there. They're they're there because they want to be there, and you can't just go telling people what to do and you know, however you want to tell them to do it.
Yeah.
And so Jack Helton was a big influence. Daniel Gibbs was another one with leadership, and I learned a lot in the fire department, just about people leadership.
Yeah.
And so that's how we run things at Overhead Door Company of Southeast Texas.
What made you decide? I don't know, being a firefighter is kind of cool, but you decided to do garage doors instead. What made you decide to do that?
So yeah, being a firefighter was cool. Still the best job I ever had. As a firefighter, we worked 2 days on, 4 days off. So on my 4 days off, I just started doing doors kind of on the side. Just kind of, it was you know, Harvey came through. There was a lot of scams going around. I knew doors from when I first got out of the Marine Corps. I did it as my first job after my first civilian job for another overhead door company. So I had learned the doors in the process, and I was like, you know what, we're gonna like help people because people were getting scammed a lot.
Yeah.
And so I was just like, we're gonna do this quick thing.
Yeah, and let's stop there for a minute, because I know that's something we've spoken about before. Like, your garage door needs taken care of, right? And you don't think of that as being something that, you know, where you fall prey to scams, right?
Yeah.
Give us some examples of, like, how would somebody know whether they were talking to a garage door company that's scamming them versus a garage door company that's not?
So after Harvey, it was specific because people were basically being told that they needed a whole new system, and all it was the water had come up enough to put the photo eyes underwater, which is the sensors at the bottom of the door. Well, these people would come out and just tell them, no, you need a whole new system, it's shot. And so, you know, we were like, no, it's $25. So we ran a little special
As
for
opposed to-
$25. Yeah. And we're like, well, we'll change your photo eyes out for $25. And so we're taking care of people, and we got business from that, honestly, instead of trying to take advantage of people. And so that's kind of how we got our start, because I was doing that on my 4 days off. But that was my first real experience with scamming in the industry. And it's not just our industry. There's any home service industry can have scammers and people who do things unethically. We just don't do business like that. There's all kinds of things that, you know, I mean, just dishonesty is the biggest scam, right? That's the biggest scam you can have.
Let's also talk a little bit about, because we are in Southeast Texas, right off the coast.
Yeah.
And in Southeast Texas, right off the coast, we are sometimes subject to hurricanes and high winds. So we have something in our area, you know, where we need to be windstorm compliant. Share a little bit with the consumer what that means in translation to garage doors.
Yeah, so there's Texas Department of Insurance sets the standards for what is required for certain things on your home: your roof, your windows, doors,
Your framing.
Yeah, absolutely. Your siding, things like that.
Yeah.
TWIA is who provides the insurance for
Texas,
coastal counties.
Yeah, so TWIA being Texas Windstorm Insurance
That's it.
Association?
Yeah.
I might be right.
And but TDI sets the standards for that, right? So your home is
So
covered.
what's TDI?
Texas Department of Insurance.
Yeah.
So they set the standards for that. And one of those standards is that your garage door must be windstorm rated. All these things need what's called a WPI8 certificate. That's required. And a lot of people don't realize that if you don't have a WPI8 certificate for all these things on your home,
Including the garage door?
yeah, absolutely. If you have a claim, it can be denied. It will be denied.
Yeah. Not only that, but your insurance premium. So I don't want to go into insurance companies that don't pull that up before you get insurance, because that's definitely something that should happen. And you say it will be denied. However, if it's grandfathered in, is that still going to be denied?
So if it's replaced, it
Correct.
has to be brought up to code.
Yeah. So just
Now, we can repair
yeah.
without having
Yeah.
to.
So just to be clear, I have a house that was built, say, 20 years ago or 30 years ago. It has the original garage doors on it. It's probably going to be covered. But as soon as you replace it, if you replace it and you don't get that WPI8, you're going to be denied.
You'll be denied.
According, and I didn't even know that, but I knew it was. I know it does affect the insurance rate that you're going to pay. So.
Yeah, it's more the claim that I'm not an insurance professional, so I don't know about. Yeah, I don't know
we
about
may
the
be
rates,
going
but I
deep into this one.
Yeah, but I can tell you, we work directly with Texas Department of Insurance. That's actually who we have inspect our doors after or during install. Actually, they have to.
So once
see
they
it.
come out and they inspect those doors, after that is when they file the WPI8.
Yep. They file the WPI8, and you can actually go online to Texas Department of Insurance and put your address in and see what WPI8 certificates you have currently for your home.
Correct.
And so that's an important thing to do. The biggest thing is if you have your garage door replaced, the company that puts your door in should be issuing a WPI8 certificate or having it inspected and having the inspecting party issue a WPI8.
First question you should ask your garage door people: do they provide a windstorm inspection? Second question is.
Second question should be: do you guarantee that your product will pass wind code inspection?
Will your product pass wind code
Yeah,
inspection?
that's a big
Absolutely,
one.
pretty important.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the third question?
What warranties do you provide with the product? Those would be the top three.
Okay. And then just to be clear too, you do both commercial and residential homes.
We do, yeah. We do a lot of commercial work. We do plant work. We do fire doors. We do storm shutters, rolling motorized screens.
Cool.
Yeah, we do a whole lot besides garage doors. But
Yeah. So I know sometimes I have frustrations in my industry because I think there are those out there that sometimes miss the boat. When you go out and you go to a job and you say, my gosh, you feel like this person just got really taken advantage of, what are some of those things that you're seeing?
There's some companies out there that they're telling people that their product meets the code.
And it doesn't.
And it does not.
So what you mean by that is TDI is going to come out and inspect the work afterwards, and it's not going to pass.
Yeah, and the companies that are doing it are actually upselling it, telling you that, you're in a windstorm area, so you need this much additional because you're in a windstorm area. And so people are paying that, thinking that they're getting what they're supposed to be getting, when in reality, that's not the case. That they got upsold, and what the product that was installed is still not up to code.
Wow.
One of the big things, there's several things to look for when it comes to making sure that your garage door is up to code. And it's pretty easy things that a homeowner can just kind of go out and take a look and say, that's not supposed to be like that. So any windstorm rated garage door has to be mounted straight to wood. So if you just got a new garage door and you go out and look at the side of your garage door where your track is, that the door goes up and down in,
Right.
If that's mounted straight to sheetrock, that is not a windstorm compliant door.
Imagine that.
It's crazy.
But you've honestly seen that?
I have a neighbor that had a door done.
That's so funny because honestly, when I hear that, I think I in my head I say to myself, surely this guy's joking, right? But you've seen
I'm not
that.
kidding. I'm currently working with a door company from out of town. They're not local. They're from not around here, and they're a very large nationwide company. And they installed an incorrect door, and it actually just happened to be on my street. But yeah, it is not up to code.
Not
I'm
cool.
Currently working with them to try to get the situation resolved for them.
Not cool. Do you also do garage repairs, by the way?
Oh yeah, repairs, service.
Garage door opener installs?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. So anything garage door related?
And yeah, storm shutters, and then they actually make screens that are hurricane resistant as well.
Yeah.
Motorized, yeah.
I know you're certainly built on, you're not necessarily a big volume-based business.
Mm-hmm.
You're more a quality and relationship-based business.
Absolutely.
Which, I mean, honestly, 100% agree that that's the way to go.
Yeah.
What are some common misconceptions about garage door companies?
For us, anyway, one of the biggest things is everybody is seeing the name overhead door, right? So everyone thinks that it's like a big nationwide chain. In reality, overhead door is just a manufacturer. All the locations are privately owned.
Okay.
And so now they may be owned by like a bigger company or something like that. But for the most part, every overhead door company location is privately owned. So,
privately owned,
yeah.
runs itself as an independent business.
Yeah. And so the people that work here at my company, I mean, we're all local. I've been here for 18 years here in League City. The company's located here in League City. We pay League City taxes.
Yeah.
I mean, my kids grew up here, go to school here. Everyone who works here is from here. We're your neighbors. We see you in the grocery store.
So I am curious. So you, of course, you have a number of people that you have hired on staff, your installers and all that kind of stuff. What do you look for when you hire somebody to come work for you?
Integrity would be definitely the first thing when it comes to hiring. We're looking for people who are personable. Yeah. But I would say integrity is the biggest thing. I tell all of our employees no, I let them know, like, the second you lose my trust, you just might as well pack it up.
Completely agree.
And on that note, in our industry, it's very common for technicians to be paid commission for their jobs, for their work. We do not do that. I am a believer that a technician, especially someone who's working on something technical, that maybe the person they're talking to doesn't understand or know what's they're actually being talked about, it puts that technician in a spot to
take advantage.
Maybe take advantage. So that's a big thing for us. We don't pay our technicians commission. We do pay bonuses on performance and things like that, but we don't pay technicians commission. It is because of the integrity. I don't want our
You don't want a technician out there to upsell something that the consumer doesn't need.
Absolutely.
That it's not in the consumer's best interest because there's a monetary gain for them.
And I don't want them to feel like they have to lie to people to make a paycheck.
Correct.
Our technicians are paid very well. There's performance bonuses and things like that, but taking advantage of people is not something that we'll ever do. Yeah.
I appreciate your time coming out here. Again, this is Deb Bly with the Bly team. This is Mike Rawls with Overhead Garage Doors. Did I say that right?
Overhead Door Company in Southeast Texas.
Overhead Door Company, Southeast Texas.
There we go.
If you'd like to contact him, go ahead and look down at the information below. It will have his phone number, his email address.
And our actual address right here in League City.
Yeah, his actual address right here in League City.
And we have a showroom too.
And I didn't even know that.
Yeah, we've got a showroom.
I'll have to come by and take a look. Thank you for tuning in. And again, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to Mike directly. I'm sure he'd be glad to help you.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thanks for watching the Real Estate Podcast with Deborah Bly. Tap one of the videos on your screen to keep watching, and you can also listen to the podcast on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next episode.